Welcome back everyone, Anthony with AZ Overland. Today we're going to be doing a transmission drain and fill on the 5th gen 4Runner. If you've watched my videos before, you know that my goal is to make it less intimidating to do maintenance, repairs, and modifications to your off-road vehicle. Toyotas have a sealed transmission, which makes the job a little bit more difficult. There are certain procedures to follow, and if it's not followed specifically, you can potentially cause damage to the transmission. My goal today is to simplify it and take it step by step to show you how to do it in your own garage. Now I do have a lift in my other garage, but I am not going to be using that today. I want to show you that you can do it without one. We're going to be using Toyota WS transmission fluid, and I'll show you how to follow the procedures to do this on your own. Let's go on to the passenger side. I'm going to take you under the vehicle. I'm going to show you what we're looking at. Okay, so passenger door, I'm going to get underneath. All right, so transmission pan right here. There's two plugs on the pan. This one is a 5mm Allen head. This one is a 14mm. That's the drain. That's the level set. And then the third one is the fill plug, and that's going to be located up on the passenger side a little bit higher. That's 24mm. So first thing we're going to do is take the 24mm fill plug out, and then we'll come over to the drain and we'll take the drain out. So we're going to use a long handle 24mm shallow socket, 6-point, not a 12-point. Use a 6-point if you have it. I would strongly recommend that. Okay, so we're gonna loosen this one up here. Nice gentle pressure. It came off pretty easily. That O-ring is in good condition. We're gonna leave this one. We're not gonna replace it. We will replace the other two, however. So I have a graduated container here. Let's see if this picks it up. This is a 10-quart, little big. It probably only take 3 quarts. We have to measure the amount of fluid that's coming out. So let's go ahead and remove the drain plug now. Put this underneath so we can capture the fluid and measure it. We have the quarts here, so it's at 2 quarts right now. It's still going. It'll probably be around 3 quarts when it's done. Now that it's finished draining, we're gonna give it a good cleaning. Make sure the crush washer did not stick to the pan. We have the new crush washer on, and we'll reinsert drain plug, torque to 15 pound-feet. Now we're gonna come out and we're going to take a look at how much fluid we have. This is the fluid that just came out, and you see that, I'll put it up there, that's a 3-quart line right there. So we're almost at 3.5 quarts right here. We're going to add back in 4.5 quarts. We're going to add a little extra if you're doing just a normal transmission drain and fill. We're going to add a touch more because we just added the transmission cooler. Either way, it's the same procedure. We're always going to add more than what we took out, because when you loosen the level set plug, it's going to drain the extra fluid down. If you underfill it, you're going to have to repeat the procedure again. So we're not going to do that. We're going to overfill, and then we'll drain back down. All right, guys, check this out. I'm going to be using a pressurized container. I don't want to be under the vehicle for extended periods of time. This costs like $35, and it's got all of these connections that come with it. I mean, there's a bunch more here, and then it just has, I'm probably just going to use this one. Just has a hose, put it right into the side of the fill, and then they're quick connects. Let me show you how it works. I only have 3 quarts in here right now. It doesn't, I can fit another half a quart, but I'm just going to add the 1.5 quarts after we do the first round. So it's got a real long rubber hose, and then once you pressurize it, you release the pressure and it lets the fluid right through. So here's a quick coupler, so I'm just going to do like this, and then pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to put that right into the side of the transmission. All right, we have all the fluid in. I'm gonna lock this closed. Actually, let's give it a quick wipe here. All right, this one gets torqued down to 27 pound-feet. Okay, we have the transmission fluid back in the vehicle. We added extra. Now we're coming into the vehicle and we're going to start it up. Now there's a number of ways to do this. We need to get the transmission fluid temperature up between 104 and 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I have a Scangauge 2 on my steering column, and right now we're at 68 degrees transmission fluid temperature. So to get the transmission flowing through, we're going to go through the gears. So hit reverse, neutral, drive, I'll cycle that through again a few times. We're gonna watch the transmission fluid temperature come up 40 to 45 degrees Celsius if you're in Canada or overseas. But right now we're looking in America at 104 to 113. We're getting close here. We need 2 more degrees and we're heading under the car. So 2 things to note. Make sure your car is in park before you jump out, all excited about 104, and keep the car running. So as soon as that hits 104, I'm gonna meet you under the car. Here we go. We are back under the car, making sure that the vehicle is still running and in park. We are now going to remove that level set plug with a 5mm Allen head. Make sure the key on the Allen head is inserted all the way in the bolt so you don't strip it out. This is the critical part of making sure we set the transmission fluid to the right level. Keep an eye on the fluid coming out, and when it reaches a trickle, we're going to replace that plug. Also, make sure you have that crush washer ready and you are ready to get that plug back in when you see the trickle. Clean the surrounding areas, make sure that you're fully prepared, and get that new crush washer on and insert the plug. We are now going to torque that plug to 15 pound-feet. If you've removed the plug and you see nothing coming out, you've underfilled your transmission and you have to repeat the procedure. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you have not seen the install of the transmission cooler on the 5th Gen 4Runner, check out the video I did right before this. As always, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate you. And don't forget, life begins where the pavement ends. I'll see you in the next one, guys.